Welcome to day 85 of Maths Wizard, and today we are going to start a chapter, new chapter basically, and the name of the chapter is Reflection. Yes, the chapter name is Reflection, and in this topic, basically in this chapter, we are going to discuss related to topics related to coordinate geometry, and you can say that this one is the one of the easiest chapter. Yes, one of the easiest chapter of whole book basically of class 10. And let me tell you, from this chapter, one 5 marker question is 100% is going to be there in your examination. So from here, if you want to score 5 marks, and let me tell you, I'm not going to give you so many lectures on this chapter. The first one, today's lecture will be the basically basic, tomorrow will be the questions on basics, and the next day maximum 4 lectures. Maximum 4 lecture means 15 for the 1 hour. Just invest 1 hour and get 5 marks question completely 100% truly, which will come in your examination. Okay, fine. So let's start. Today, first of all, we'll do no doubt basics. So we already know that this one is your x-axis, this one is your y-axis, right? X-axis and y-axis. If this is your origin where the two lines, horizontal and vertical lines intersect, and this one is called origin, where value of x and value of y, basically this coordinate is always 0, 0. If you move right side from this origin, basically value of x becomes positive, right hand side becomes positive, and in the same way left hand side it becomes negative. And the upper, it is y-axis, and this is negative y-axis, positive y-axis and negative y-axis. Got it? Okay, fine. This one is your first quadrant, this one is your second quadrant, this one is your third quadrant, and this one is your fourth quadrant. We always move when we count the basically quadrants in anti-clockwise, right? Anti-clockwise, first, second, third, fourth. Okay, now what we need is, if we have any coordinate, sometimes we also say it as a point coordinate, sometimes we also say it as a point, right? This point or coordinate, you can say it contains two things, one value of x and another value of y. This value of x is called abscissa, this value of x is called abscissa, and the value of y is called ordinate, and they together is called coordinate, or sometimes we call it as basically call it as a point. Okay, fine. And yes, abscissa and ordinate together they make coordinate, remember it. Fine. Next, now we need to find that what are the signs of this abscissa and ordinate x and y with respect to any quadrant. For example, if we say the first quadrant is made up of basically the positive x-axis and the positive y-axis. So value of x will be positive and value of y will also be positive. In the second quadrant, value of x will be negative and value of y will be positive. Always remember, first of all, x, basically x, value of x, or you can say abscissa is written and then ordinate is written. Sometimes what actually students do is they write value of y and then write x. No means no. X will be first and then y. X will be first and then y. Next, here x is negative, then again y is also negative. Here x is basically positive and y is negative. So in the first quadrant, both x and y are positive. In the second quadrant, only x is basically x is negative and y is positive. Third quadrant, both are basically negative. And in the fourth quadrant, the x is positive and the y, basically abscissa and ordinate, are positive and negative. These are the basics that you actually already know. I hope so. And if you don't know, no problem, I explained. Next, now we need to understand few things, right? Few things about the reflection first. Before directly jumping to the topic reflection, I want to make you understand one very simple, that I hope there will be a mirror in your home. Just stand in front of the mirror, okay, and move towards the mirror and move away from the mirror. If you move, remember, if you move towards the mirror, you will realize that the image in the basically mirror is also moving towards you, It means if there is a mirror, you are the object and image is there in the basically mirror, right? If you move away from the basically mirror, your image are also moving away from the mirror. If you come closer, yes, closer, if you come closer to the mirror, your image is also approaching you, basically approaching the mirror's points, right? Now if I say that there is a point, what was the basically reason to explain this concept? The basically reason to explain this concept is very simple, that if you come to the basically come closer to the mirror, your image is also moving closer to the right. It means your image always, let me tell you, if you realize or if you will see, then you will realize that the distance between the mirror and you, the object basically, is always same as the distance of the mirror and your image. For example, let's say this is you at point you are basically standing, and this is your x-axis which is acting as mirror. This is your x-axis which is acting as mirror. Now this is the distance between the let's say this is 3 centimeter, let's say it is 10 centimeter, this is 10 centimeter, okay, let's say this is 10 centimeter, then the image will be somewhere here, right, somewhere here, and let's say this will be your a dash, this is a and this is your a dash, this is your object, this is you actually, and this is the image of you, right? Now let me tell you, if this one is your 10 centimeter, then this is also 10 centimeter. That's what actually I want to make you understand. Okay, fine. Next, so this is the concept of reflection, and here in this session we are going to discuss 3 important reflection and 1 important point, basically again that will be the very important point. So now let's try to understand the first concept, reflection in x-axis, or you can say about x-axis. Let's say this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. If I say that there is a point, this one, it will be, let's say, x and y. So let's say this is x 4 and y is 3, 4,3. Let's say this point is 4,3, and I want to make the image, or I want to make the reflection in x-axis. So this distance must be equal to the image. This is the mirror basically, and this is the object. So the image of this object will be this side. The object is lying in the first quadrant, but the image will lie in the 4th quadrant. This is the important concept that we need to understand over here, right? So this one will be x is positive over here and y will be negative. See over here, very important, got it? And let's say if I name this as a dash. Now how to write this? Let me tell you. If I say that find the reflection about x-axis of 4,3, then what we got actually? We got 4 minus 3. It means there is a basically a trick to understand that what actually we are doing without basically doing all the things, drawing, plotting and everything, without doing all these things, we can easily say the answer, that this is the answer. How? Let's find the trick. Let's say there is another point which is lying over here, and this point is, let's say this is minus 2, 0, which is not possible actually. This is lying on the y-axis, so x will be 0 and y will be negative of 2, right? Fine. Now let's say this point is B, and I want to make the reflection, I want to find the image of this point about the x-axis, in x-axis. So this is your x-axis. It means your x-axis will act as the mirror. So if this is mirror, then this image will approximately lie over here, and this one will be 0, 2. Yes or no? Because it is positive y-axis na. So if this is B, let's say I am naming it as B dash. Fine. So this is B and this is B dash. So image of this point was this one, and image of this point was this one. Now again you will observe that reflection about x-axis of 0, minus 2 is 0, 2. So what did you notice in these two basically reflections? What did you notice? If you see, the numbers, the values, the numerical values are exactly same, 4 and 3, 0 and 2, but the signs are changes, right? Changing basically. How changing? If we are finding the reflection about x-axis, sign of y is changing. Sign of y is changing. This is the main concept. Got it? So reflection about x-axis 4, 3, so it will become 4, minus 3. Just change the sign of ordinate value of y basically. That's it. If you find the reflection about x-axis, change sign of y value of ordinate only. Now in the same way, if we are given any point, let's say again the same point, this one, and I want to find reflection about y-axis in y-axis. So this distance, because this time your y will act as the mirror, okay na? So this distance must be same as this distance, okay na? This distance. So if this was a, let's say this is a dash, then let's say I am naming it as a double dash. Got it? Now what will be this point? This is y value will remain same basically 3, and x will become 4, which is minus 4, 3, which is minus 4, 3. Now what did you observe? This time when we found the basically reflection about y axis, the sign of x get changed, right? Value of basically the x, that the sign of x basically get changed. So one important thing, or you can note it down, writing up note that if we find reflection in x-axis, or about x-axis, then sign of y gets changed. Let me write, sign of y changes. That's it. Second, also this was the first point, and if we find reflection in y-axis, then sign of x changes. These two are the important points till now. Next, third point. What if we find reflection about the origin? Sometimes they will say find reflection about origin. Now there is a point here. Now if I find reflection about this, so this time just imagine that there is another mirror which is kept about the origin like this. If this is the mirror, then at origin mirror is like this. Fine. Now the distance of this one will be same exactly this one. So it means your this point will become here, and in the third quadrant both are the negative. So it will be minus 3 and minus 4 and minus 3. Value will remain same, but if you notice, sign of both x and y changes over here. That's it. This is the important concept till now. So again the third important point, if we find reflection in origin, or you can say about origin, then sign of x and y both changes. That's it. This is the third most important point till now. One more important point, or you can say another concept, you can say, not point. There is a topic named invariant point. What is invariant point? From here you may get a MCQ, only MCQ, I think so. So let's try to understand what is invariant point. Okay, if any point lies on any axis. Any axis means it may be x-axis, or y-axis. And we take reflection about that axis. About that axis means x-axis or y-axis respectively. We'll talk about it, about that axis. Then point remains same. No changes is observed. Remains same. Let me make you clear by giving an example. This is your y-axis and this is your x-axis. This is your x-axis and this is your x dash. This is your y and this is your y dash. Fine. Now let's take an example of having a point 0, 3. Let's say this point is A. Now let me just tell me what is the image of this point, or what will be the reflection of this point about y-axis. First of all, let me tell you, this point is lying on the y-axis and I am going to take the reflection about the axis on which it is actually lying. Fine. Now because it is lying on the y-axis and I am going to take the reflection about y-axis, it means its reflection will remain same, because the distance from this mirror is itself, it is actually actually, let's say if I say that this is your mirror, and a point is lying exactly on the mirror, and you are taking and you want to find the image of your basically this point or anything it is, then you will find that is itself, your point is the image. Actually it will, the distance basically, initially the distance of the image or object basically was 0, so distance from the image will also be 0, same thing, right? So this point is called the invariant point. If we take reflection and we get the same point, then that point is called the invariant point. That's it. Got it? Okay, fine. So these were the concepts for the chapter, but also one important thing, remember, sometimes you will realize that we need to find these things also. If I say x is equal to 0, what does this mean? This means y-axis. You will say how? If I say y is equal to 0, what does this mean? This is x-axis. You will say how? Let me make you understand. If I say x is equal to 7, so you will find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, and you will draw a line parallel to y-axis. If you are given value of x, you will always draw parallel to y-axis. If you are given y is equal to 3, so 1, 2, 3 y-axis parallel to x-axis. These are the straight lines, linear basically equations from where we plot the graphs, basically draw the straight line graphs, right? Next, what if I make this one 0, y is equal to 2, so y is equal to 2 is this one, parallel to x-axis. Y is equal to 1, so parallel to x-axis. Y is equal to 0, so parallel to x-axis, exactly from passing from the origin, and it is nothing but the x-axis. So if we took y as 0, so it is actually x-axis. Okay, if we take y as x as 7, and if I take x is equal to 1, so this is your x is equal to 1. If we take x is equal to 0, so this is your actually origin, which is nothing but the y-axis. Got it? Very, very, very important concept that we will use in the questions. So from next session, we are going to discuss questions related to the concept that I explained in today's session. Okay? If you feel any doubt, just send me on this number. And if you need personal online class, you can make inquiry on this number and just join the Telegram group so that you can get the PDF of all these things, whatever I explain in the daily classes. So that's all for today. See you in the next session. Jai Hind.